I'm Katie.
And I'm Robin.
And it is our 13th Flosstube.
And we are so excited to be back. Yes. Welcome to all of our previous subscribers. Welcome back. And welcome to all of our new subscribers. We're excited that you are here.
So it's been a while since our last Flosstube. That was around like Mother's Day. So maybe like middle, end of May.
It's been a busy month, little over a month and a half.
And now it's almost 4th of July. So we are in the thick of summer stitching.
We are ready. We're into the patriotic mode. We're doing lots of patriotic stitching. I have my patriotic primrose shirt on. And
I have my patriotic shirt on.
Just a shirt that a shirt she purchased from a friend.
Yes, that I purchased from a friend with a little bow.
We're feeling all the patriotic vibes today.
Yes, we are.
So what have you been up to for the last month and a half?
So what have I been up to? Well, the main thing I did was I went on vacation, like right before, like I'd say like the beginning of June we left. We went to San Francisco. So that was my first time out in California. So I got In-N-Out. I had to get that while I was out there.
Always got to do In-N-Out.
In-N-Out.
I've never had it. But I hear that's the thing to do.
I saw it on TikTok. So, I had to go. And it was delicious. We were like fresh off the plane. So, you know, how anything tastes good when you're fresh off the plane.
For sure.
So
that was a long ride out there too.
It was a long ride. It was like 5.5 hours. It was a big plane ride, but I survived. Then we did like Fisherman's Wharf. We did a wine tour of like Napa and Sonoma. We did a hike over the coastal redwoods. I got to go to Yosemite for a day.
Sounds amazing.
So it was like jam-packed, you know. It was
and the best part about that trip is when she left there,
I flew straight to Cincinnati
for
StitchCon.
It was our first. Yeah,
we
picked her up at the airport. It was like a half an hour from.
It was a whirlwind trip from Pittsburgh to San Francisco to Cincinnati.
Yeah,
Mom picked me up,
and it was our first StitchCon, and we're going to talk just a little bit about it because I know there's been a lot of StitchCon videos out there, so we don't want to go over everything because I know you probably heard it over and over, but just a few. We're going to touch on it a little bit at the end.
Some of our favorite things.
Otherwise, we've been watching, of course, the Karen Reed trial. We talked about that before. We were thrilled with the outcome. Pretty happy with the outcome.
So relieved for her. Like after just watching her go through all of that, just was a relief and happy for her to be able to move on with her life.
Although we miss Action Jackson.
Yes,
we miss Elise. We miss.
I loved watching them on my computer every day.
Yeah, they were so awesome. And then we watched, of course, now it's all the recap and what's going to happen now. What's going to be the fallout from all that, and they're looking into, what's going to happen. Yeah. Are there going to be other charges coming down? I don't know. So that was a big
part of my June, I would say, was watching that trial.
Right.
It was really good.
Yeah. And then
the other huge thing, Love Island.
We've been watching a lot of Love Island, which
it's on. Get enough.
It's on every day.
Every single day.
Every day.
If you need something good to watch while you're stitching, Love Island.
Yes.
Every night you're getting new stuff.
Right. It's pretty entertaining.
It is a little. What would you say?
Little
PG-13?
Risque, PJ, sometimes more than PJ, probably more like R-rated. So if you like a little, it's
a little raunchy sometimes, but it's been really good.
But it's a good summertime escape from everything, and
definitely
sit down with a glass of vino and you're stitching and watch some Love Island. I mean, it doesn't get much better.
It really doesn't. I look forward to that like every night. I'm like, oh, it comes on at 9 o'clock our time, so I'm sitting down 9 o'clock every night.
Yes.
It's like my day is done and Love Island is on.
Yeah.
So good.
That's basically what we've been up to, and just doing a lot of
You've been very busy in your stitch room, which...
I've been busy in my quilting room. And I was out of school the beginning of June. I've been out and working on some projects for some special people in my life. So I can't really share what I've been working on right now, but at some point I will. But so I've been in there trying to get caught up because I was a little bit behind on that. And with school, I don't often get a lot of time in there. And so I've been stitching when I can, watching Love Island in my quilt room, and just trying to get my house back in order. So that's what I've been working on.
Yeah, so she has lots of projects to share. She's been hard at work.
I have quite a bit to share.
I don't have nearly as much to share, but I have a few things.
Yeah. So we're going to start with our FFOs. So if you know what FFOs are, they are fully finished objects. And I'm going to start with one
we forgot to talk about our drinks.
Oh, my goodness, yes.
Before we go into FFOs, we're going to do our drinks.
Okay.
So today, first of all, we'll talk about the vessel.
The vessel.
You may recognize this. from Primrose Cottage Stitches.
It was from the Sip and
The
Stitch.
Sip and Stitch.
Right.
It says stars, stripes, and stitching to go along with our patriotic stitching.
It was, of course, a patriotic Sip and Stitch that we both got, and I have finished one of the projects. That's what I was getting ready to show you. And in here tonight, we have a loaded tea from a shop that's near my house called Blended Nutrition, and this is called a Tranquility, and it's like a pomegranate based, but it's great, gives you some energy, and just has a nice, cool, refreshing summer.
It's a very summery type.
Lots of ice in there, and that's what's great about this is it keeps your ice. And yours is,
I don't know what the flavor mine is.
Happy Camper, maybe.
Happy Camper. You can't go wrong with Happy Camper.
Yeah, exactly. This time of year. So, cheers.
Cheers. We'll be nice and full of energy this time.
We will have lots of energy this time. Keep going. All right.
All right. Anyways, now
we are ready. So if you want to grab a beverage, go ahead and get that. And we're going to jump into our FFOs. So my first item is my American, I said American Celebration, but it's at America, My Home Sweet Home. And it was one from the Sip and Stitch. And Katie's going to show more about the Sip and Stitch later. But this was the pattern. It was one that was in the Sip and Stitch. Loved it. And they send you all the supplies and everything to complete this pillow. And I decided, because it turned out a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be, so I decided that I was going to make mine into just an item that I could set up on a shelf. So what I did is I got this, it was like a crate type. It was at our local candy store. They had it on a shelf there. It was like kind of that crate type material that is like cream colored. And I brought this home and just painted it kind of a color to match. And then I just FFO'd it. I used the same fabric.
You used some sticky board?
Yeah. I used a sticky board and I used the fabric that they used here, you know, in the rickrack. And then I made my little bow. And what's nice is it has a bottom and it can just sit on my shelf.
Yeah.
So there is my, and it was done on, let me see, 25 count light taupe.
She flew through that.
No, I didn't feel like I did.
I was like, couldn't
I didn't, because this is actually what I worked on the whole time during StitchCon. I started
at StitchCon.
And I thought, oh, I'll finish this and I'll be able to ring the bell. I didn't.
No, you weren't close.
You would think for that many days.
You think when you're stitching for 3 days, you're like, I'm going to get so much done.
I'm going to get so much done. You bring all these projects.
Flies.
I don't know where the time goes.
I brought so many projects.
So when I came home, I think I still had like this whole section, plus the letters. And these stars, like I had a lot to do when I got home. And I was like, what did I do for that many days? But I love how it turned out. I mean, it's just so, I just love it setting on my bow's a little bit puffed down. And I put a little star on it. But that is my America, My Home Sweet Home.
Okay. So now I have 2 FFOs to share, but I'll do one at a time. Yeah. So this is, I actually finished this stitch last year and I had it stashed away. I had bought the finishing kit for it and I decided to go ahead and finish it. And so this is Honeybee Quilt by Primrose. So this is, like I said, this is the finishing kit that came with it. The pins, of course. You can't go wrong with the pins. And then it also has this chenille trim. This was my first time working with the chenille. And I have to say it was really, really easy. I just hot glued it on, and it seems to be sticking really well. And yeah, really the colors are beautiful. And
show me your back.
Here's the back. I also filled it with some of that heavier polyfill stuff, so it's got a little bit of weight to it when it sits. Yeah, so I'm just really happy with how it turned out.
Really cute for summertime.
Nice summertime
for
finish.
All the bee
I didn't have a lot of summertime finishes last year.
Yes,
that was
well, you were getting ready for the wedding, yeah.
You know, I didn't get a lot of summertime stitching in, so I did that.
All right, my next one is one I showed last time that I had started.
This is a biggie.
This is probably one of my most favorite projects ever. So it is There's a Hare in My Garden by Hands On Design. The big, awesome produce. The first one that Hands On Design, Kathy Haberman, put out. We started this, both of us, at
Steel City
Stitchers. We got all the supplies for it. It was on the 20 count milk chocolate fabric.
Yes.
And all the called for, it's DMC, the pearl cotton DMC. So here it is. It is all finished.
Mine is finished stitching But I have everything to FFO it, so maybe he'll
There
fit.
it is. I mean, look how big this thing is.
Look at that! It's as big as my head.
I love it. And I got the ribbon, I believe, from Hobby Lobby. This felt we ordered it from Benzie. We actually ordered the felt that it called for. Called for felt. And just love how it turned out. And
it's gorgeous.
I mean, I didn't think at the time that I was like, oh, I don't know if I'll ever do another one of these. But now I'm like dying to.
We're ready for the next one. Well, maybe not ready for the next one yet.
We're not ready to start yet, but I'm excited.
Comes out, I will be ready.
I'm excited to see what she does next. And I'm like, is it going to be this year? Is it going to be next year? Is she going to do a pumpkin this, you know, this fall? Or because I thought maybe she would do like the tomato or strawberry, but I would think at this point she might have done that. So maybe we'll get a pumpkin.
Or maybe it would be a market release. I don't know.
Or maybe a market release. But I just love how it turned out. I just couldn't love it anymore. So
love that one.
That was my next FFO.
Okay, my next FFO is a little bit of a flop. I like to share my flops with you all just to give, just in case anybody else has issues with their sewing machine like I do. So I've been getting better with it. I did this one, same day, no problems. It turned out perfect. So I was feeling really empowered. I'm like, oh,
I can do this.
I'm gonna do another one. So we have a lighting issue.
We'll have to fix that here in a minute.
We'll fix it in a minute. But anyways, this is Welcome Summer by Primrose. The stitch is gorgeous.
It did, yeah. You stitched that a while ago too.
I stitched this last summer too. You can see I messed up the rickrack. I barely got it.
I mean, it's connected, but
it's barely connected, and it's a little lopsided. It's not my best work. Like this is
such a cute stitch.
You know, I'm still, like I said, figuring out the sewing machine, and especially still figuring out how to apply like the rickrack and stuff. That's not my strong suit. But yeah,
I mean, it turned out really cute.
I just have it sitting here and hope nobody looks too close at it.
No, I mean, from a distance,
it is so cute.
From a distance, you probably don't even notice it properly.
It is so cute. And like the finish they did had like extra fabric around the outside, and I was like, I don't really want to do all that, so I just did this.
I think it's cute. Yeah.
So that's a little flop, but kind of cute still.
Yeah, I think
it's got character, you know.
Maybe you can work on our light while I show
work on
the next. My next stitch I will grab over here is one I think you guys have seen before, but I'm continuing on with it. It is one of from Cat On Creations, the Hello monthly series. I did I'll first show you the Hello June, because you probably haven't seen that one yet. It has a beach theme. So here was the Hello June.
Look at that.
The beachy theme.
I love your fabric on the back.
And I had like a little sea animal thing that hung down. That's why I didn't put like a bow on this one. So that was my Hello June. Well, now I just finished the Hello July, and like I said, these are the patterns, and this is the place you can get them at, Cat On Creations, Erin Catan. And this is my July one I just finished. So I will put it on there. Just finished that.
Oh, adorable.
I love how it turned out.
Some flip-flops, some watermelon, a dog.
Just screams. An ice cream truck.
Ice cream truck.
Yeah. Scream Summer, and just got some ribbon at Hobby Lobby. These are just done on 14 count because I wanted something easy. These are usually the ones that I take with me if I'm traveling, or you know, if I have time over my lunch break. This is kind of what I pull out. So I didn't want anything like too difficult. These are kind of what I work on just when I need some easy stitching. And it is finished on this calendar cubby from Paisleys and Polka Dots. I'm not sure if she has any more of these or not. She was trying to get more of them in, but I just love how these are turning out. So I just finished that one.
Cute. Cute.
And I was just thinking about my niece, Taylor. Should we talk about that? She just got hired as a teacher, and she's going to be starting, of course, this August. And she decided that she wanted to have the calendar cubby in her classroom. And I might have talked about this last time. And so she came up in June to my house, and we have Heinz here, who's been very helpful this time. She came up in June, and I showed her how to do the stitching and set her up with some of the patterns and got her going on that. And so I believe she's trying to get some of them going so she can have them up in her classroom in August. So I think she's starting to work on the August one.
She's starting to work on the August one.
Yeah, so we might have a new stitcher in the family.
We have a potential new stitcher in the family.
Yeah, it's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
My next one trying to put these somewhere where Heinz doesn't get them.
He's
being very helpful today.
He's being really helpful.
Usually he goes and lays down eventually.
He's kind of very involved.
The next one I did was Liberty Pennies.
This one is adorable.
It's kind of a glare on there from the light. But Liberty Pennies. This is again from Hands On Design, one of my favorite designers. And this came out, I don't know, a year or two ago. I purchased this when it came out, and I've had it in my, you know, like to-do whips. And I didn't really start it until during March Madness.
March Stitchy Madness.
March Stitchy Madness that I did. It was one of the ones I started then. And I got like this part like down in here done. And then I just decided, hey, I have that partially done. Why don't I pull it out and finish it? So that's what I did. I got it finished.
That's what she did.
That's what I did. And there's a little, this was the first time of doing cording, which is on the outside of this.
It's beautiful.
And I followed, oh, I can't remember her name right now. I'll have to think about it. But she has a tutorial, and if I can't remember, I'll put it down below. But followed her directions for the cording. And of course the pin I had purchased before, and then I put the ribbon in through that, and there it is. And I believe that's just...
Show them your back.
Oh, my back? Yeah.
How did you do that? The
back is a fabric that I had on my stash, and I just saw it, and I'm like, that would make the perfect center for the back of my Patriotic stitch. It's really cute. So that turned out really cute. So I just, you know, kind of did like a fussy cut and made sure it was centered there in the middle. And I was trying to see if I had, oh, it's a 16 count chalkboard black is what I did that on.
Cute.
So I have it like sitting on a little easel with all my other Patriotic display items, but I just love these little rounds that she's doing. I know we have, there's a Halloween one.
On a round.
Yeah.
I'm getting on a round kick. I can feel it coming up. I have like 2.
Oh, you're going to do one of the ones from the Sip and Stitch.
I'm going to do the Sip and Stitch one. And, well, we'll talk about it.
Yeah, there's some other ones. But I have, yeah, several of them too that I like. And she came out with a new beach one. Did you see?
I did not
There's
see.
a new one, like, and it's 2 beach chairs and then like a palm tree. And they have drinks.
And it would go perfect with something else I'm working on.
Yes, it would. You'll have to look for that because it's like one of these rounds and it's so cute. So that is Liberty Pennies by Hands On Design. The other things that I had were some just 2 previous finishes. And this one was my Biscornu I brought from last year just because this was another item that I was really proud of. Yeah. And I did this last year, and it is, I'm trying to think what I can't remember what the fabric was. I think it was a 16 count. And
I think it was.
It was, all the pins are from Jersey Girl, and the pattern is called the Summer Basket. And if you go on to Nicole, yeah, remember they did like the summer basket, the autumn basket, the winter. And Nicole Spohr did a whole like stitch along with these and showed you how to do it, how to put them together. And she actually did like several of the different, like she did autumn ones and winter ones and things like that. And then she was one that talked about these pins from the Jersey Girl. So she kind of really influenced me last year, and that's where that came from. So there is my
so good
Biscornu.
I love that.
I had to bring it just to show it off again because because why not?
Because why not?
And then the last Patriotic stitch I have, I'm sorry, I'm in my Patriotic era.
Yeah. Well, it's
which is my
This is where the Patriots shine.
This is where I shine. I have a lot of Patriotic stitches. So the last one here is the Patriotic Tiny Town. And you can see I tied it together. It is on a spool from Pete's B Skepes. And there it is. Adorable. It was a 16 count too, but I can't remember what the fabric was. And then, you know, you have the buttons, and I did 2 of these. The second one is the B one, and I think it turned out, it was the
oh yeah,
B.
that's very cute
I think
too.
It turned out a little bit better than this one, because this was the first one.
Go.
This was a little bit bigger than it was supposed to be, but you know, it does the job, and I love how it turned out.
I know, I love it on that spool.
So
such a unique type of
finishing. So those were previous finishes. So I think that is it for, I mean, I can talk about my ornaments here.
You want to talk about that?
Yeah, I'll do
I have an almost finished. Or do you think I should wait?
That's a whip, right? Yeah.
Well, it should be a finish. That's why
it's pretty much a finish.
It's pretty much a finish.
This is then you can share that. This is some ornaments I've been working on. And again, I showed these before. Let me show you the pattern. I do one of these a month. And it is, because my goal, one of my goals this year was to get 12 ornaments, 12 and 25, 2025, 12 and 25 ornaments. And I'm doing the 12. And so there's a hashtag actually on Instagram. It's called hashtag 12 and 25. So it's this pattern by the Tiny Modernist. And I think I have the first 6 done. And I think 2 of them I showed last time I had completely finished. And I finished them on some pieces that I had ordered, but these ones I have not got finishing pieces yet. But let me show you. So I had this one you've seen already, Into All Good Night. These are all, like, of course, Christmas carols, and these are done on 25 count desert opalescent.
So pretty. And
then it's real sparkly. You've seen this one, I think, Dashing Through the Snow. You can kind of see the sparkle a little bit on that. I love the color palette for this. This one is Baby, It's Cold Outside.
Baby, it's cold outside.
Yep. The little couple in there on the couch beside the fire. And then the last one is the one I just did.
They're just all so cozy.
It's the most wonderful time of the year. Look at that little camper and snowman. I mean, how cute is that? So that is number 6. So I have 6 of them done.
Gorgeous.
6 more to go. So
wow, you're halfway.
I'm halfway, so I'm keeping up with
Just
that.
halfway, baby.
And I am loving that 25 count. 25 count is I found
her
my sweet spot. Yeah, I've kind of finally moved up from 14 count to, I like anything 25.
25 is nice.
And I remember, like I said, when I got that, I don't know if I said this before, but when I got that 25 count a long time ago when I first started, I'm like, there's no way I'm stitching on that. Here I am.
Here she is.
I'm stitching
like a pro.
So that is ornament 5 and 6. So, that's it for my finishes.
So this is like not technically finished, but it's going to be a finish.
It's going to be very close.
Probably tonight. Yeah. I have a few more stitches to put in. This is Seaside Tiny Town.
Cute. I love the tiny towns.
So whenever, this was like before I started stitching, I remember Mom was showing me a bunch of her patterns. She pulled out Seaside Tiny Town, and this has stuck with me since before I was even stitching. I've wanted to do this.
Knew this is one
so bad. So I finally got around to doing it. I started it before StitchCon, and then this was, I worked on this for like 2 days of StitchCon. And here it is. I mean, it's basically done. I'm gonna hold that side. I'm missing over here. This is gonna be like obviously a white door, and the window needs finished. And then there's like a whale weather vane. I'm probably gonna finish it during Love Island tonight. That's my plan. But it's so cute. Look at all the details, like the little life raft, what is this? A pelican with the fish.
I love the pelican.
The crab. I mean,
it just screams like our days when we go to the Outer Banks.
Look at this.
Look, the lighthouse.
The lighthouse, the little big fish on the... I just love this one. So like I said, I worked on this for 2 days at StitchCon. I had a really tough time. I stitched and unstitched for probably half the day.
Oh yeah, there was a lot of it. Might have been.
It was this area over here, the posts and the water.
She would have had it done probably.
And the island. I don't know. I couldn't not.
That little crab down here.
Get it figured out.
Look at that crab.
Yeah, look at the crab.
Gosh, how cute he is.
So there's some little buttons to put in.
This little guy.
For the crab eyes.
Oh, there's some buttons. Okay.
Yeah, so I had to do that too, which that's pretty easy.
I had ordered. Well, I also have this pattern, and whenever I ordered it, I decided to go ahead and order. Primrose was having fabric. They had a 6-pack of fabric that went along, you know, to match with that. And I've had that for a year or more. Yeah, because there's like 6 pieces in it. I wish I would have brought it along. I have all the fabric because you'll need. Do you have your finishing piece?
I have I don't have it here to show.
Oh, you don't have it?
Well, I opened it and there's just like 100
okay,
pieces.
so she bought a finishing piece for it. So if I give her fabric for it, and then I also bought all these little sea creature buttons that you can put on it too. So
anyways, that's it. And also this is on a linen. It's called for let me see, a 32 count natural brown linen. So this is a 32 count linen. I don't know. I think it turned out pretty good. This is really my first. We did the BAP on a linen.
Yeah.
But it was a bigger.
It was a bigger, yeah.
It wasn't 32 count. No. So, I mean, I mean, I think that maybe is why I struggled a little bit over on this side.
Well, yeah, and when you're at StitchCon, it's hard because people are talking and
talking,
you're constantly distracted with the shopping.
But I think I did pretty good. I don't know. I'm really happy with it, and I'm like
it's gonna
excited
be so
to like
cute.
put the last stitches in this. I feel like I'm ready to be done with it.
Are you gonna be
okay? We're back with having some technical issues.
we had to move Heinz out for give him a little break.
We're ready to go.
If you don't know who Heinz is, he's her
my dog.
He's Australian
Shepherd. He's big. He was wanting pets the whole time.
The whole time he was all right. He didn't notice us. Like okay.
And you know why the light went off? He laid on it.
So the fun of doing Flosstubes with your
usually
pets.
he just lays down, but tonight he didn't want to.
So he took a little break with Alex, her husband, and so now we're gonna see how the rest of it goes. So here we are, and we're ready to talk about whips.
Ready to talk about whips.
And we have a good one.
We have a good one, and we have the same one.
This is the one we've both been working on. We got this. If you're a Primrose fan, like we both are, Lindsay came out with this new pattern called American Celebration. And she said her plan was to try to get this done by next year for the 250th birthday of America. Yes. So she kind of wanted to do a little bit. She really wasn't calling a stitch along, but kind of the idea is to do one row
per month.
And you would have it done probably
There's like 10 rows, I think.
Hopefully have it done by like April. That would give you time to get it framed, or April if you stay on track with it. So
we've started.
Yeah, we've started.
And
I'm liking it.
I'm really liking it. I attempted to do for one row for May and one row for June. I didn't finish June, but I'm close.
I did do one for May and June, and I guess that is May and June, huh? And I'm doing mine on 16 count dirty Ada.
Oh, I must be doing mine on 32 count.
Yeah, you're supposed to do the 32 count.
Like
is it 30? Okay, like taupe.
Or is it whatever it called for. It is 32 count taupe.
Taupe. And we're using all the called for DMC. Or not DMC. Is it DMC?
Yeah, no, it's color and cotton.
Yes, color and
cotton. So I did actually buy fancy floss, and you may not know this about me, but I don't usually buy fancy floss.
I bought the whole.
I bought it.
You might be surprised about me. I bought the whole kit. It's colors that I don't even need. What were some of these colors for?
They had like the lamb one.
Oh, the sheep. I want to get. That's right. There's just sheep and there's an alphabet. That's why I bought these, because I, of course, want to do the sheep.
So she bought the whole pack.
So I bought the whole kit pack for that. But for this, you only need 3 colors, I think, right?
Yeah, and for this, you only need these 3.
Yeah.
So I splurged a little bit, and I got myself the fancy floss.
And I splurged a lot and got all the fancy floss that you could get. So anyways, I did keep up with May and June. So you want to share yours first? Or?
Sure.
Okay.
So I almost finished my July. I worked on this a lot on
June.
June.
Yeah.
Keeping my months straight. I did a lot of work on this on the airplane to my vacation and on the bus trip to Yosemite.
It's a good one because there's not a lot of colors.
3 colors, so if you're traveling, and it's like not too big.
And there's repetition involved.
Yeah, it's a great traveling piece.
I'm kind of excited to get back to it.
Look how pretty it looks, though. It makes me want to get back to stitching this.
I know,
I
me
can't
too.
wait to finish that Seaside.
Me too.
I feel like it's just
you get to a point, and that's the way I was with America, My Home Sweet Home.
Yeah.
I was just like, I just want to be done with
I was having such fun with it for a long time, but I'm like,
and then after a while, you're just like,
wrap this up. Like, I've had enough.
I've had enough of this. So here's mine. I did finish the 2 months. There it is, and I'm happy with how it's coming, and I'm excited to get back.
Yeah.
Our next row, then, if you can see there, is that bigger one. The America.
The big mama.
I know there's kind of a glare, that America.
It's like the banner. It's like a banner.
It's like a banner that says America. So I think that one's might be a little more involved. I actually said
that
maybe
might be 2 months.
We did like 2 months on that one, like do half of it in July, half in August, and I think you would still be on track to finish it by April next year.
This is also a big row here.
Yeah, the houses at the bottom.
There's houses at the bottom. That's another 2-monther.
But at that point, you're almost done, and you might be like chugging through. So I think my sister Susan is also doing this stitch along with us. So it's a fun. it's a fun pattern, and I think it's going to be really fun next year when it's the America's 250th, and we have this, hopefully,
this memento.
Like Katie said, we've never really taken something and said, oh, can I get this framed?
Yeah, so we're taking this to the framer. I'm going to be one of those stitchers that said, oh, I just got this
I
got a shipment back from the framer.
I just got it back from the framer. Look at it. So we want to be able to say that next year.
That's the goal.
That's the goal.
To visit the framer.
Yes.
The infamous framer.
And then do you have any other whips?
I have one more whip.
So do I.
Okay, do you want to go first?
Okay. My other whip, I got this from Keepsakes. Well, I got the idea at Keepsakes, I should say. But they didn't have the pattern I wanted. So I got some of the flosses. And I ended up ordering the pattern from Shepherd's Bush. I mean, come on. Shepherd's Bush is the
top tier.
It's a biggie. It's a biggie. Someday we're going to be to Shepherd's Bush. But I had it in my head. I've talked about this before that I wanted to do. I've talked about it before, right? And I finally decided, let's just do it, Robin, this time. It's time in your life. I want to do a stocking, cross-stitch stocking for each of my family members. So that would be my son, Katie Richard, Richard's fiance, Katie's husband, Alex, and hopefully eventually some grandchildren. So I wanted to first start out with one for myself because I've never done this before. And I wanted to just, is this going to work? Is it going to work out? So I tried to find one that I myself would like, and I'm just trying to figure it out right now. And that way I thought if I mess something up, it's my stocking, who cares? And then once I get through this, I can decide on who the next lucky person will be. But I got to get through this first. So the one I picked out, I know you're going to be surprised. I went with something patriotic. And it's called Sheree's Stocking. Here it is. I mean, look at that. Oh my gosh.
So cute.
Look how cute she is. So then, as you can see, there are buttons and other items on there. So I called Shepherd's Bush, and they sent me the...
You called them?
I called them because I couldn't order it online. I don't really know what the deal is, but they said, call if you're interested in this pack. So look at these embellishments.
Oh, that's so cool.
Isn't that cool for these? So each stocking, and if you know these Shepherd's Bush stockings, I don't know how many there are. Some of you probably know, 20, 30, maybe that's high. I don't know. There's a lot of them when you go down through and you put in stockings at Shepherd's Bush. And you just go down through and try to find one that you think fits that particular person. Well, I knew when I saw this one that it was patriotic. And look how cute. This is going to be so adorable when it's done. So when I was at Keepsake, I talked to them about this and asked them if they had a fabric. Well, we found a fabric. And so it is this set calls for 18 count natural linen. Mine is a 20 count. But I got all of the pearl cotton. Again, I'm back on the pearl cotton.
The pearl cotton is fun.
I love the pearl cotton from my BAP. And so this also does the pearl cotton.
Look at those colors.
Look at the colors that I'm going to be using for that. Wow. And I love the way you do these, how when it comes time, you just, one of these I did, like this one. You just snip that bottom and then you use your needle and you can just pull one of those right out. It is the easiest.
It's so nice.
It's so cool.
They just don't. The nice thing I thought was it doesn't get tangled super easy.
No,
not like your normal floss.
It really doesn't get
really
tangled.
Nice.
And you're just using one thread. I mean, the whole thing is just kind of fun to do.
And it gives you an extra 3D kind of look.
So I started my stocking. I didn't do, of course, the name yet, but I did this line that's right underneath there. So you have to kind of really be careful about where you're starting because you have to think, you want to make sure you have enough that when your stocking goes over, you're going to have enough fabric that way.
Oh, wow.
So I took some figuring, but this is what I have done so far. Look how pretty that is.
Oh my God. I love that.
Look at that.
I love that.
Look, I love how the pearl cotton is real, dense.
Yeah, it's dense. It's like I said, it's like 3D. It sticks out or something.
So look how pretty that turned out. And I loved doing this. So I was just kind of testing it out. I wanted to make sure that my piece of fabric was going to be big enough. And from what I figured out, it's going to be just about big enough. It wasn't the length, it was more the width. Yeah. But I counted and I figured out that I still have enough room over here for my toe. So it'll be enough.
Oh my gosh.
But isn't it? I just love how it turned out. And I want to get back to it so bad, but all the
There's
patriotic
There's a lot
things.
to do.
Yeah.
I'm sure you all know.
Yeah, then they give you an alphabet here on the back. I don't want to show up, but there's an alphabet on the back of the stocking so you can figure out your own name. And it talks about, there's a little story that goes along with talks about our sister Sheree, and has always been a great, because it gives you a little story about that person whose stocking is on there. So
really cute.
Just love it.
Really
so those
fun
are from
project.
Shepherds. I know. I'm anxious to see how it comes out. And the ones they had at Keepsakes had like a cloth back. You know, they said they wanted to they talked to me about how I would do my back, and I said, you know, some sort of cloth backing.
Yeah.
So when I get to that point, I'll have to figure out how to do that, because I know I've seen other floss tubers that are out there doing, you know, the stocking. So I'll just have to watch and figure out, you know, how to do all this. But just I love the whole thing. I love this
really
whole project, and I'm excited to get it done sometime in my life.
In my life.
So that is my other whip.
Okay, I have one whip.
You have one more?
This was a start at StitchCon, holiday banner, 4th of July.
Yeah.
It's been eating at me to get started on this.
From Little
Stitch Girl. So like I said, this was a StitchCon start. I worked on this the entire first day, the whole first day. So you can see I really got a lot done there.
It is pretty though.
But it's really pretty.
You did get a lot done.
I got a little bit of the sidewalk, a little bit of the lawn, some of the bushes, and I started my tree.
The bushes are so pretty there.
So yeah, I mean, I did do a decent amount. I thought I might get more done, but
what's the fabric for that?
The fabric, I think I got the called for. Oh yeah, 32 count light taupe.
Would you call 32 count your sweet spot?
I really like 32 count. It was potentially my sweet spot. Either that or I like 28 too.
Yeah.
So, so I had a bit of a what would you say?
Mistake?
Not mistake, but like second guessing, I guess.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Yeah.
I was second guessing myself on this because I did like 2 over 2 like 2 threads over 2. Instead of like 1 square over 2, and I just was not sure if I liked how like dense it looked.
You were going 2 over 2 or 2 over 1?
2 over 2.
Oh, you did go 2 over 2?
Yeah, I did 2 over 2.
Okay.
Yeah, you have to go over 2 on 32.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So
I know I've seen people do it, but it turns out really small. That would be really hard.
That'd be very hard. But yeah, so I kind of started second guessing myself on that. That's why I kind of moved on, because I just wanted to kind of like think, do I like this 2 over 2, or do I want to like restart it and do like a 1, you know, like 1 thread over 2?
She kept asking us if it looked alright.
I asked the whole table, like,
everybody
what do you think?
was like,
Everybody's like, it looks fine. I'm like, I don't know. But, you know, after like looking at it and taking a step back, I do think it looks really nice. And, you know, I do kind of like it being saturated like that. So.
And then you were saying this week on Just Keep Stitching that Pam and Steph were talking about.
They were having kind of a debate about this too.
About how many threads to do. And I think Steph said that she does always. Pam.
Steph always does 1 thread.
Yes. She does.
Over 2 on a 32 count.
Pam always does 2 because she likes it. So it made her feel better that I'm like, whatever you want.
I guess it's like whatever you want.
Yeah, whatever you think. And I think it looks, look how like it's very dense.
Yeah, it's very dense.
Colorful.
You can really see it. So yeah, I think I'm going to keep it. Having, you know, a few weeks away from it, I think I like it. So I'm going to keep it.
I like it.
And I'm glad I took a step away to think about it. But that's why I moved on to Seaside Tiny Town.
Yeah.
And didn't just work on this the whole time, or I probably would have
made a lot of progress. This is one of those banner. So then you do the banner on the perforated paper or something?
Yeah, on the perforated paper.
So that's going to be a whole new, and she has a couple of these. Year. She has a couple of these different ones out.
Yeah, she has, I think she has an Easter one.
Yeah.
And I don't remember the other one.
Is there a Halloween maybe?
Oh yeah, probably.
I think it's Halloween and this.
I don't need any more Halloween patterns.
I know.
I keep buying Halloween patterns.
Something, you know, Halloween's just... And it's starting to already creep in, like...
Yeah, it is. After
I feel like once...
Patriotic, it's kind of like...
I feel like once July 4th's over here, next week, like, you know, it's time to start thinking about some fall stitching.
Maybe fall. I
also saw, they were talking about, I think I was watching Liz Matthews, they're talking about, did you know there's another market, needlework market?
I didn't know that.
So they do the big needlework market where everybody goes in March. Well, there's another needlework market the end of August, and it's all online.
Oh.
But it's all these new, the designers come out with all new patterns. So it's just what we all need.
Oh my God. I can't handle it.
I can't handle it because they keep coming out with all this stuff that I want. But I saw her talking about that. It's at the end of August. It's a needlework market and it's all online.
Do you know, so who is this, Lindy?
Well, no,
where do you find it at?
Oh, wow. I don't know. Like Lindy, I'm sure will have something about it. Yeah. Liz Matthews was talking about it, but I'm sure Lindy will do something. Lindy's getting ready for her big summer event. There's a summer one that's coming up here in a few days that she's doing. That it's an all online event, like the Jingle Ball, Midsummer Stitch. I think it's something like that. So, all right, I think we're ready to talk about a haul. And I know we were away at StitchCon, so as you can imagine,
we have some haul.
So
give me
buckle up.
I need to grab one thing from my stitch room. You have to fill the room for just 1 minute.
All right, so Katie's going to talk about more about the Patriotic Sip and Stitch. I talked a little bit about it, but she has all the other stuff. I wanted to talk about, so give me just a moment till I readjust here. I want to talk about, this is a pattern that I got, I think I got it at Steel City Stitchers. And I just decided I needed to get the cloth for it because it's going to be coming up time to stitch this. So this is the Halloween Snail. And, it actually...
I also bought it.
Oh, you did? Did you buy it? You bought this there.
At StitchCon.
Oh my gosh, yes. I bought this.
I also bought it.
I think I bought this at Needlework Market when it came out from Lindy Stitches in March.
Yeah.
I got this pattern.
The Stitch Crypt had a trunk show.
There were 51 trunk shows.
Many trunk shows.
51 trunk shows at StitchCon. Stitch Crypt was one of them.
Oh my gosh, their display was like, oh my God.
Blows you away.
I mean, I just was like, drawn
She has a couple there and I'm looking at them, I'm like,
well, I guess while we're talking about the Stitch Crypt, I'll share my next one.
So, well, let me talk about that first. So the Stitch Crypt, and then
God, you have everything.
I got the floss and I ordered,
right.
and the fabric I bought there, and I kind of went a little wild on the fabric. I'm wondering how this is going to go, but it is. I don't know what happened to me there, but all of a sudden I thought
something comes over you.
I thought I could do like 30 to 40 count, like all
whatever.
If it looks like good fabric, why don't
I'll
try
figure it out.
So it's called for 14 count. So this that I got is a 28 count. So that's not too bad, but it is called Grunge. And just imagine this little guy, this creepy little guy on that guy there on this grunge fabric.
Oh my God.
I mean, look at that fabric.
That spooky kind of
Look
grungy.
at that. I'm hoping that all the flosses like show up on there. Okay, I kind of did a floss toss and I thought, but look at that. Does that not look like creepily?
I love it.
I love it too.
Love.
So I bought that fabric, and like I said, it's called Grunge. It's from Dames of the Needle. And I thought for him, I just wanted to do something. I mean,
he's a creepy guy. He needs a creepy fabric.
That's what I thought. Like, look at that.
Yeah, that's really
I don't know if I'll have to change some of the colors, like some of this, maybe make these a little darker, the clouds and stuff, but I just think he's going to be so cool on that fabric. And yeah, I have all the flosses in the fabric. There's all the flosses I bought for him, all ready to go. And I have it in my bag my spooky bag. I think this is from, gosh, I can't remember her name, but look at the spooky bag that I have it in. So, love that. So you can share your other Stitch Crypt
I made
items.
2 purchases from the Stitch Crypt. This is called Ominous Owl.
Oh my gosh.
And it's on this pretty purple fabric. Reminded me of Hedwig.
Yes.
From Harry Potter.
Yes.
That's why I had to buy him.
Yes.
There's even like some ghosts that kind of look, you know, a little like dementory, like spooky going around. My big thing when I was shopping at StitchCon was I wanted colorful fabrics. I'm tired of working only on beige. So this was me to start getting me out of that, you know.
Yes, I love that.
That, all beige.
Try to use some different, and that's kind of what I was doing too, is looking for different fabrics.
My cousin Denise, she is always stitching on fun fabrics. And
she's an influencer.
Has influenced me, and so whenever she sees my haul here, I think she's going to be jealous.
Yeah, Denise, you're going to be jealous of this haul that you weren't at StitchCon with us. You should have been there, girl.
Should have been there, girl.
Next year, hopefully she's with us. So this pattern I talked about before, Dandelion Wishes from Robin Pickens. I picked up a fabric to go with it at StitchCon.
Oh, it's so
and it is Mocha Blanc, and it is a Grace Notes fabric. So I don't know if you can see, there is a little bit of modeling on it, but like this on that.
Oh my god. It's going to be adorable.
And this fabric just feels so nice. And it's a Lugana, 25 count Lugana, my sweet spot. You can kind of see, like if I take it back a little bit, you can kind of see the modeling on it. But it feels so nice. This fabric from the designer, or I don't know what you call them, the people that do dyers is what it was. The dyers, they just feel so nice.
Yeah. It's like they're like denser, or
it's just
I don't know what it is.
And there's all my floss again, so I am all ready to go for this one.
Jeez.
So when I was there, instead of trying to like buying a lot of new patterns, I was trying to think. I took some of the patterns along that I had got at Needlework Market, and I thought, let's try to get some stuff and kit this up so I'm ready to go on these. So that was my goal. So next,
okay, I have some fabric sharing to do and patterns because I can't control myself. So I bought 3 patterns and 3 fabrics because, like I said, I'm branching out on my fabrics.
Oh, this is fun.
And so the girls at StitchCon were truly fantastic.
They were.
At Keepsakes, I guess.
The Keepsakes.
The one girl, I'm sorry, I don't remember her name. She dug through barrels.
Oh, she did.
Of fabric with me for like an hour.
She helped both of us. She helped me too with my.
She was so good. So I don't remember her name.
With my stocking. My stocking. Yes. She helped me a lot with that.
So, anyways, this is my first fabric. This is. I guess it doesn't say the name or.
No. It's a Lugana, but
all I know is that it's a 32 count Lugana. That's all I know. Look at this.
Oh my gosh.
Hold that up.
Look at that.
And this beautiful baby is going to go on this. This winter time, I will be working on this. Look at that deer.
Oh
that reindeer.
And look at the back. That's like a perfect match.
I mean, it's a perfect match.
Yeah.
It's so pretty. And it's
that's
like nothing like I have. I have nothing like
something
this.
very different than.
I'm entering my big project era.
I know. I feel like too. I feel like
I need to step it up.
It's time to start working on some bigger projects.
And so this is by Cottage Garden Samplings. The Reindeer. That's what it's called. On this mystery fabric. I don't know what the fabric is.
Look at that. I mean, it just is going to look so nice on that. Imagine all the snow.
Oh my gosh. It's so pretty. I'm like really excited to get started on this one.
It's like you just want to start on it now. That's a really pretty thing.
That's one of my fabrics. Should I just keep going with this?
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. My next fabric, while we're on the winter theme, this is, all right, I'll show you the fabric first. This is Under the Sea, okay? Look at that.
Oh my.
The pink and purple,
oh my,
and it's opalescent, so I don't know if you can see it, but it does sparkle.
Oh, there, look at that.
Sparkle. There's sparkles all through it.
Look at that sparkle.
And this is for a teeny tiny heart and hand pattern.
So cute.
It's called Snow Woes.
Oh my god, I don't even remember seeing this one.
I don't know.
When did you pick that up?
I don't know. I just found it. When you go to Keepsakes, there's just
if you've ever been to Keepsakes, you really have to go there like several. You could go there several days in a row, and you'd see different things.
So, anyways, I got this little thing.
And there's like a button or something.
And there's buttons in there. That's what I thought too when I picked it up.
Yeah, there's little buttons inside
there. There's little buttons in there. And he's going to go on this beautiful fabric. I think they had a model with like this kind of fabric because I would never be able to come up with this myself.
Yeah, there was something. And
there was like a model that had
that's going to be so cute on there. So cute.
That's pattern
and
number
you're going
2.
to have a lot of this fabric left over to use for something else.
And finally, a Halloween pattern. I'll show you.
This is a great one.
I'll show you this first. This one actually has a name on it. This is by Mystic Fabrics. The color is Witch's Brew.
Witch's Brew.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Look at it. Okay, and the pattern that's for is Fright Night by Val's Stuff.
Oh my gosh.
Look at that
pattern. I love it.
Oh my gosh. So, I guess I didn't get all big patterns.
Wow.
But I got a few little ones.
Look at that fabric.
Look at the fabric. So, I'm finally getting some fun fabrics. I'm like really excited to get started.
They had such awesome fabrics
there. They did. They really did.
Yeah. Really awesome. That's a great fabric.
And they were so helpful with me like picking everything out. So
I swear I did not know that she bought half of this. She showed all this stuff. I'm like, where did this come from?
You get this?
I do not even remember this at all.
This?
Oh.
Should I share this now too?
Sure.
While we're on me, I have one more. This is my first animal cracker that I've ever bought. It's Bones.
Oh my gosh.
It's a little skeleton cat.
One.
And he comes with a fish and a mask.
Oh my gosh.
So
that is adorable.
I'm a sucker for a
imagine
Halloween
him sitting.
pattern.
Imagine him sitting on your shelf in the winter, like the Halloween time.
I know. I have so many Halloween patterns. Do you have more haul?
I do. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So my next thing is, this is a pattern that I've seen. I think Nicole Spore shared it a while back, and I loved it. It's called Painted Flowers. I should take these out.
Oh my gosh. Yes.
I love this. And actually, Keepsakes had it. They had redone it on like more like a white fabric, I guess, and redid the colors and things. But I liked it
as is
on the darker fabric. So I bought that, and I bought fabric to go with it. And it is chocolate swirl. It's a 28 count Lugana. Look how pretty this fabric is.
Beautiful.
And then imagine this on it.
Oh my god, it's gonna look so
Those
good.
colors, like this is one, like she said, like I could just start this like right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's the right season.
I know the fabric. I mean, just goes perfectly. I feel like with that. And then I bought.
You could tell we had a good time in the fabric section.
So all of the flosses, I think, are DMCs, and I think. Oh no, there was a couple that weren't. Weathered Barn.
Simply Shaker.
Yeah, there's a couple that aren't. I don't know. There's a bunch of different. There are some that aren't DMC. There's another one there. Whatever they are, I got all of them and have them in my little pouch. I'm ready to go on this.
Wow.
I mean, chocolate swirl.
So cute. 28
count Lugana. Beautiful fabric for that.
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
So that one, I can't wait to get started on that. Maybe you can put that away for me. Next is, okay, this was one that I bought, I think it might have been right before StitchCon. I did the spring seasonal sampling, and Lindsay at Primrose came out with the summer seasonal sampling, and the rumor has it that the autumn one is coming very soon. And as you can imagine, I'm excited and I'm in for that. So the summer seasonal sampling I've not done anything with yet, but here it is. I hope I didn't show the pattern in there, but there it is. Try not to get a glare on that. Look how cute that is.
It's so cute.
I can't wait to have that done. And I ordered, of course,
the fancy floss.
The fancy floss kit to go with it. And then Primrose is doing an opening for their shop. Grand opening for their shop. And they sent out this, I'll try to cover, there's a pattern for their grand opening that if you order a pattern, I think between now and...
I didn't realize there was a pattern on that.
Yeah, it says grand opening on, and then they sent this little pattern along, and it's in that little new finishing piece that I think their dad finished.
Yeah, for the garden variety.
Yeah, so that comes with it. So if you order something between, I mean, if you've ordered something recently, keep an eye out for that.
I just thought it was an invitation.
Yeah, so I kind of stuck it in with this. So, do you have something else?
I have more.
Yeah, keep going.
Of course.
Keep going.
Of course I have more.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not what I wanted. All right, I guess I'll talk about, this is probably my biggest thing that I have to share. Big piece of fabric.
Oh my gosh, that's right.
Big investment. I spent a lot of money on this. I did buy the wrong thing, but you know, I didn't mean to buy the opalescence. So this
it's gonna be
is Pumpkin Patch opalescence. I bought half a yard. What did I buy? Yeah, half a yard. It was a pretty penny.
Look at this opalescent on that. Oh my gosh, Katie, that is so pretty.
It is so pretty. And you know, like look at this. If you turn around, there's a big, I love that big black spot. Like it's just so pretty and so modeled, and it's I
am loving all these fabrics.
It's gonna go on Autumn Lane Stitchery.
You gotta take it out of the bag,
which is hollow. I don't know if I've ever had this out of the bag. Stressed.
No.
But yeah, that is my fabric. It took me.
Sorry for the crinkling.
Sorry for the crinkling. It took me.
I guess this is harder than we thought.
Okay, there we go. Witch's Hollow by Autumn Lane Stitchery.
Oh my gosh.
So the orange obviously is all gonna be this fabric, and then the purple
is what you're stitching.
Is all straight stitching.
Oh my
it's
gosh.
a full. I mean, this will take me years to do.
Yeah.
But oh my god, I love it. I love it
too.
I love
this fabric.
And I love that fabric, and like I'm so excited to get started. Like this is like killing me not to get started on.
Yeah.
Because of that fabric.
Yeah, you ordered this a while ago.
This
Bee stitch.
I had to order it special because I think like a fourth a yard wasn't enough. It may have been enough. I really don't know what I'm doing when it comes to measurements, so I just ordered extra.
I mean,
but
sure, you could definitely use it for something else.
It took probably 5 to 6 weeks to come. So if you're planning on doing this pattern with like this kind of fabric, you know, maybe just put an order in because it does take some time to get this fabric.
Keep aware that there is opalescent in
and keep aware there is opalescent. Whenever I opened that up, I was like, oh my god, it's sparkly. I didn't know when fabric says opal next to it that meant that it's sparkly. So that's just a little tip in case anybody else didn't know that.
Exactly.
That was news to me.
This was another fabric. We're into our fabrics, as you can see. We were really into fabrics.
We were into fabrics.
This is white peach tea. This was a popular fabric at StitchCon because one of our table mates got it. She brought it back, and then my sister was like, "I gotta go get it," and then I'm like, "I gotta." That's what happens. Like somebody goes, and then they come back and they do a haul, like we're doing. Share your haul, and then it's like, "Oh my gosh, I gotta go get that." So then you go in and you find something else. You bring it back and you do your haul. It's just a continual,
like
revolving door of people going into the annex. Yeah. But this is called white peach tea.
Oh my god, I love that.
I love this.
It's like butter yellow.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
A little bit modeling. It is a 32 count. It's a little more than what I'm used to, but I'm gonna give it a shot. I don't have plans for this right now.
You just bought it. That's crazy.
I just love this fabric, and I love feel it. It just has a different feel. Yeah. It's beautiful.
High quality.
Yeah, and did I say it's from, I guess, oh, Joe, well, it says Joe Blunt. No, that's not the, so I don't really know.
Fire's Mystery.
Yeah, but loved it. So a lot of us were buying that. Do you have any other haul?
I have.
Okay, let me do one more and then we'll talk about that. And then my last haul item
the other thing you should talk about is your bag.
I was going to talk about that right now. This is for our table gifts. Katie and I made these bags. StitchCon 2025 gave to all of our table mates. And inside we made them a Vino Stitchers shirt.
Vino Stitchers merch.
And put that inside the bag. So everybody got a bag and a t-shirt. And then, I don't know if I have, they gave us a little bag charm whenever we left. I have it somewhere.
Oh yeah, I don't have mine.
This is from the Sip and Stitch.
Yeah.
These little charms are from the Sip and Stitch.
Sip and Stitch.
There, she has them there. Yeah. But so that's what this bag is. But inside my bag at StitchCon, Cecilia Turner, if you know Cecilia Turner, she is Heart in Hand, which is your Tiny Towns and a lot of your other things that you had there. She was at our retreat and it was really cool because she was helping do fabric. She talked and then she was doing fabrics and, helping to keep all that stocked. She designed a pattern exclusively for StitchCon, and it's called Kindred Friends. This is what it looks like. You can see you have the stitchy bus, you have the bell that they're ringing, and there's actually a little button. It's right down here. For 310, which is the cat that lives at, did you know the name?
Keepsakes.
Keepsakes. 310. Why is it called 310?
Is that the address?
No, 310 is the color of the black.
Oh my god, that's
black
right.
DMC.
I knew that.
I knew you knew that, but DMC 310. So she actually has a little button that goes along with it. So,
so cute.
With that, I purchased, of course, all of the flosses to complete it.
Are they DMC or what are they?
They are Classic Colorworks.
Oh wow.
Classic.
Oh, they had this. You bought this there.
I bought that there.
Yeah.
And then they also had a frame.
I love
that you can put. This is what the frame that they have it in, but this frame is a magnetic frame. You just pop it in there.
And so there's other ones in this series.
That's what I'm going to show them in a minute. Oh. And then I also purchased this fabric. It is a 28 count rawhide, and I thought this would be nice to finish that on. Again, feel that.
We went on a fabric. So much fabric.
I mean, normally I'm buying, but look at that pattern with this. Does that not look perfect?
It's perfect.
So I just thought if I'm buying things, why not buy fabrics that I can...
I agree.
So
we all know we have so many patterns.
So many patterns.
That we're never going to be able to
and patterns that I want to do.
So
but I can't do them because I don't have the fabrics or whatever. So when I went over and I was purchasing the Kindred Friends pattern, Cecilia had all of her other patterns, a lot of them, and they're called doodles. A lot of you may know them.
The doodles.
Doodles. So I went a little doodle crazy. I love a good doodle. Okay, so my first one, this one I think is fairly new, is red, white, and blue doodle.
Beautiful.
Like this one I would like to do right now.
Yeah, well, it's the time of year for it.
And there's my, on the back, guess what? My tiny town that I did. There is Thankful Doodle. Look at that jerky. There is Autumn Doodle.
So cute.
The owl, I love him. And there is Halloween Doodle.
My weakness.
My weakness. Look at that. Look at that pumpkin down there.
Yeah, really cute.
That. So she has doodles for, as you can imagine, all times of year. So.
And so this is a doodle, right? This
kind of.
Does
she call it a doodle or does
size?
I mean, it is. It's similar size. I didn't know whether she actually called it a doodle or she just made it.
Or did I just say that in my head?
I mean, it looks like them, but I don't think it is.
Oh, okay.
But it's, yeah.
But the doodles should also fit in that frame.
I'm hoping that those doodles fit in
this
frame, yeah. So I thought, I mean, I think
this
I
frame
compared
really
them
nice.
and I think they're all pretty the same size.
This frame is very nice because it's magnetic.
You just pop it in.
So you just pop it out, pop it in.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So when she was there, I'm just like, you know what? I'm getting some more. I've looked at those doodles before. So that was, I think that is the last of our haul. There's a lot. But...
Well, I have one more thing.
Oh, that's right. We have our one other item.
This will be, I'll make this quick because I'm sure you've all seen it by now, but we both got the Sip and Stitch. Mom already talked about this. This is the America, My Home Sweet Home. She showed you that all finished. Here's a nice little pattern that they sent. God Bless America.
Cute. That could be like a day or so, hopefully.
Yeah.
Stitch that baby up.
And then this, I think, is going to be my next project.
You have to show the...
This is going to be my next project once I finish Seaside Tiny Town.
She wants to get to that.
This little 1776 round.
A lot of people have been doing that.
Oh my gosh, it looks so cute. So that's like high on my list right now. Get that. Of course.
Comes with the floss.
All the floss. We already talked about these. The charms, the floss drops, the
Put
star
your
floss
DMC on
drops.
That's where I have mine on.
She had recipe cards in there, which I think is like such a cute touch.
I was interested in the ice cream dessert.
Ice cream dessert. Grandma Moore's ice cream dessert. Macaroni salad. Great for your 4th of July barbecues. Cookie salad. And Grandpa Winnie's baked beans.
Yeah.
So I just think that's a really cute touch. Stickers.
Always can use some good stickers
Always
for our
can use
journals.
some stickers. And then everything to do your finishing.
Right.
So
when you get those Sip and Stitch and...
Oh, of course.
The
drinking vessel. Must have.
It was a good, I thought it was a really good Sip and Stitch.
I agree.
I would rank it 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. They're
always so good. If you ever aren't sure,
just do it.
Just do it.
What you're not going to regret it.
I mean, I feel like for everything you're getting for like $70 or whatever they are.
And I've used my drinking vessels the entire season. Yeah. After I get them, I just love them.
Like we were the ones we got for Halloween. I have my little cauldron that we got last year.
Yeah, the cauldron, and then we got like a big mug for
it was like Christmas. Was it Christmas?
Yeah, for Christmas. Yeah. Mine broke because I used it so much.
Yeah.
I was using it like every day.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Now I have this. So. And then I have one more thing that you also have.
Yes, I had that. I didn't bring it because I knew you had it too.
So this is for Primrose Free Stitch Friday, coming out
Thursday.
Like
July 3rd.
Days.
Yeah.
So there's the beautiful.
The fabric is, I don't remember what it is. Oh,
Berry Smoothie.
Berry Smoothie fabric.
I got the 28 count. I like a 28 count. Here's all the floss.
I think I got the 25 maybe. The flosses. Anybody have a guess on what? I don't think we're allowed to show.
We're not going to show there's a little goodie with it. I'm not going to share that.
And then, you don't have there's a finishing kit too that when I saw the finishing kit.
It was sold out.
It was sold out. It kind of, I guessed what it was. I said to Katie, I think I know what it is. And then when you get the little item that came with it, it kind of tells you what it is. But but we're still very excited because the item that it is, we both love. So it's going to be really cool. So we're excited for Thursday to get that free stitch.
Thursday. That's the other thing I'll be working on. So I'll do my 1776 round, my free stitch Friday, and then I'm going to move on to fall, I think, because
I mean, it's
by the time I finish those two things, it probably will be.
Yeah, and then because you also need to do work on your American Celebration.
Oh my God, and there's that.
Yeah, so that's going to be, by then it'll be August. It'll be time to start fall stitching.
Right. So,
okay. Exciting.
That's our haul. Just a nice little haul for you.
Just a little haul. We knew the haul was going to be a big item. The last thing we want to talk about, we came up with some of our top 3 or 4 items. Or 3 to 5 items relating to our favorites from StitchCon.
Yeah.
So Katie kind of grouped hers into 3 items. I spread mine more out, but my items kind of fall into her 3 categories. So if she wants to give her categories, then
you want to give the details?
Then I can talk about, you can talk about yours, and then I'll talk about my part.
Okay.
So these are top 3 to 5 items that we love most about going to StitchCon, because we know everybody's covered everything else. So here's our top 5.
Okay. My number 1 was the people.
The people.
The people. That includes the people at our table, the people, our new friends, our old faces, and all the Flosstubers that we met while we were there.
Yes. So at our table, we had Brooke. We've been to several retreats.
She made an appearance in our last video.
Yes, that's right. We did
a little like live from StitchCon.
We did a
like 5-minute thing.
We did a little live from StitchCon, which was that was a really cool thing. They have a little area set up that you can do a little Flosstube.
Yeah.
So Brooke was kind of our assistant, and she made a little appearance. So she was one of our table mates at the StitchCon, and we've been to a couple of retreats with Brooke, and she's always a fun time. We met, my sister was also there, and then we also met 2 Canadian friends.
2 lovely Canadians.
Sandy and Tracy.
Yes.
They are from Canada. They were so excited because their hockey team was in the finals, and they were
the Stanley Cup playoffs.
Yeah, they were like
Stanley Cup finals, I guess.
Yeah, for the finals, and so they were real gung-ho about that. They shared all kinds of Canadian things with us. We got stickers, and actually I can show you a couple things.
Stickers, pencils.
Stickers, like this is in my journal. Stickers that they gave us. I have a bunch of their stickers and things in here that they gave us, and they had special candies from Canada.
Yeah, little maple candies.
Oh, they gave us a fan that we use. If you get hot, you have a little fan, which was awesome. I can't remember. They gave us all kinds of. Oh, she gave us like some hand lotion, some lip stuff. Yeah. So they were fabulous. They were fun. They're wanting us to
shout out to them.
Yes, shout out to Tracy.
We had a great time with you girls, and we'll hope to see you at the...
No, they want us to come to Stitch North.
Yes.
Up in Canada, and someday. We'll see if it happens. We want to get there. I also wanted to show you this is when you get there, they give you your little StitchCon name tag, and I just kind of put mine in the front of my journal just as a keepsake. That was some of the stuff from that. So people was a big part. Was there? Wow! On top of the people,
Flosstubers, the people that we were with, and then all the Flosstubers that we got to meet while we were there.
So let's name some of them. When we first got there, Pam and Steph.
3 of us.
We couldn't. There they are. Excited. There they are in the flesh. Pam and Steph.
Yeah.
And we met them. We had a gift for them. So you'll have to watch their Flosstube to see the gift that we gave them. We got a picture with them. They were awesome. Love them. Who else?
Nettie from Primrose Cottage. I was fangirling. I was so excited because, you know, I'm a Primrose girl. So
we love Primrose.
I was like walking to the elevator. I'm like, oh my God, there's Nettie. Oh my gosh,
there's Nettie.
So I got on the elevator.
Very nice also. Debbie from Snug Harbor Crafts was there. Met her. I met her in the annex. I'm like, Debbie, you didn't tell me you were going to be here. And she was laughing. She got her picture with us too. And very sweet. I mean, everybody is just so sweet. Who else?
Sarah from
Sarah Stitchery, I think it is.
Sarah Stitchery, that's what I thought. We see her at Steel City also. Yes. Love to see her.
Love to see Sarah. She's a fellow teacher and she's enjoying her summer break. We met a new Flosstuber. Her name is Crystal. She's from PNW Crafter.
Yeah.
And she has her own floss tube, and we had the one night we were up doing late night stitching, and she stitched with us, and
we had a great night with her. And
yeah, so definitely check her floss tube out.
Check her out. And then also Milka from Mega Stitches.
Mega Stitches. She was a ball.
She was so sweet, and I just like kept running into her. I don't know why.
I know, we did. We did.
And like just great vibes from her.
She actually did. If you want to see a good StitchCon recap, Milka did an awesome StitchCon recap where it was actually more of a vlog where she started from the very beginning. And she had clips throughout the whole thing. And she would go up, and it was neat because she would go up and talk to someone and say, so tell me, you know, what your favorite thing is about.
That's so cute.
So she would talk to different people, and like she had that in throughout the whole weekend. It's a really good, if you want a good recap of StitchCon, Milka, that was good. Mega Stitches. Check her out. Yes. The other one is Alley Cat. We love to see Allison. Allison is at almost all the retreats that we go to, and she always makes sure we get our coasters, and I have several coasters of hers, and so we met so many people. I can't even name them all.
So many fabulous people. Everybody's just like,
you know, you try to remember them all.
When you go to like a stitching retreat, just everybody's happy to be there. Everybody's so nice and like just wants to talk about their stitching.
Just having, I mean, it's just like one of the happy places that when you go to it. It's just everybody's happy and in a good mood, and
so fun.
We had a lot of good eating while we were there and things like that.
So that's category 1.
That's only category 1.
The people.
Okay, category 2.
Category 2, the shopping. As you can see, we had a good time.
Shopping.
So
the annex.
The annex, and then keepsakes itself.
Right.
So in the annex, there were, like Mom said, 51 trunk shows. The ones that really stood out to me as I was like recalling things, the Stitch Crypt, which is those 2 patterns that we showed. Fine Frog Stitching. One of my favorite displays, again with the pretty fabrics. They had like these 2 frog prints things.
That's what I was gonna say. Somebody bought that.
My aunt Susan.
She bought the frog. There's a king and a queen.
And I know she'll finish them, and I can't wait to see them. Sweet Wing Studio.
Always a good.
Counting Puddles.
Counting Puddles. The other one was Peterson. What's her name?
What is it?
Peterson or oh my gosh, I lost my name. Her name, but Jeanette. I'm sorry. I don't know where I was getting. Jeanette Douglas. Jeanette Douglas. She's one of my favorites, and she was there. Not there in person, but she had a trunk show. And then of course Heart and Hand, which is a bunch of the patterns that we bought. I mean, there were 51, so you can't name them all.
You can't name them all, but those are the ones that stuck out in my mind.
And then all the fabric.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing I have in the annex. Fabric.
Oh my gosh, they had some great fabrics. Different.
Every time I go, there was a different fabric there.
Oh my gosh.
I don't understand it.
And like I said, somebody would come back to your table and they would have some beautiful fabric, and then you would have to go check it out. And then you go to keepsakes.
Then you go to keepsakes.
And like we said, when you're going through keepsakes, you could go back several times and see different. It's just the walls are loaded. The floor, you have to look down, you have to look up, you have to look all over to see everything that is in that store. And it's just like, I love it.
You can see something different every time. And
so much.
Like we already said, the fabrics and the amazing staff there that helped us out.
Barbara, who owns Keepsakes, she has a fabulous staff. She was so sweet. Barbara was so
sweet. She was so sweet the whole weekend, just so personable.
She would be up at the cash register, and she just always had... I mean, I was worried. It was funny the one day, just to say a story, I was worried that I wasn't going to get the little StitchCon.
The frame.
Like I wanted the whole thing. And she said, it'll be out in the morning. Because the first night, you can just kind of
browse.
You browse through. You're not buying. It's just like their show. It's like a teaser. Then they open it up early in the morning. And if you want stuff, you got to get there early. So I was worried, like, is that going to sell out? So I went to Barbara and said, Barbara, do I need to be worried that StitchCon stuff is the pattern from hands-on, or not hands-on, Heart and Hand is going to be gone? She goes, honey. She's so sweet. Honey, we have plenty of those. Just breathe.
Just breathe.
It's going to be okay.
Sometimes you need to hear that.
I was like, okay, that made me feel good because, and she was right. They had plenty of those. They were there like pretty much all weekend because if you think about it, they have a second weekend.
Yeah, we were weekend A.
Yeah. So you think there's a second weekend and they got to have plenty for that weekend. But it just made me laugh. She said, just breathe. It'll be
just
okay.
breathe.
So I love Barbara. She just was sweet.
She was sweet.
Always sweet.
And helpful and just,
yeah.
The staff was great.
Yeah.
The third thing that I have, which I feel like is probably a little random.
Yeah. But no, I think it's good. No.
Is the venue.
It's perfect.
So these are the things that stood out to me. The conference room, huge, air conditioned, lots of.
It was cool in there. Like I wore a sweatshirt a couple days.
Electrical things,
Yeah.
so you didn't have to worry about running out of electricity. And convenient to the hotel, which was also wonderful.
You're
the
right.
rooms were gorgeous. We had like a seating area so we could like socialize. The bar. And great late night stitching.
They had great areas for late night stitching. It was awesome. Yeah.
And then finally,
get a drink and then go out and do your late night stitching and visit with all the other people.
And then finally, there's a brewery across the street.
We just walked to it.
Yes. And there's lots of focus on pickles. Like all their food had pickles, and I love pickles. I don't know if you remember my Steel City Stitchers retreat piece, but it had a pickle in it because I'm a pickle girl, you know?
Yeah.
And they had pickles in everything.
And I'll talk about the other part of it.
Yeah.
When you went up to the cash register at the brewery, they had bags of pickles.
Not pickles. Cookies. Cookies.
I'm kidding. On your pickles. They had bags of cookies. And they were like little cookies. And they had like an icing on top. So we located this cookie shop nearby. And we went and we bought all these cookies to bring home. And I think that's
the fourth.
What was the fourth?
The fourth thing.
Oh, the stitching. Oh, the last thing I wanted to talk about is I did the smalls exchange. This was my item I got from Terry Browning. She made this for me. And I did the smalls exchange. Isn't this perfect? So you go, you take your item up. Then whenever they have it, you're able to go up and pick. You don't get to, you kind of decorate your bag. Like, so you do decorate your bag as Patriotic, or if it's Christmas, decorated as Christmas. Someone got my item, and then I was able to pick an item, and I got to meet her, and we got pictures, and I would definitely do it again. It's a fun thing. And oh my gosh, some of the things that were on that table, I was amazed at some of the things.
Yeah.
All right, that's, I think, our StitchCon recap, right?
Yes.
I think we could go on and on. Like I said, there's lots of videos about it. The last thing we want to do is we had 2 drawings. And this one actually was from our last Flosstube. It was not claimed yet. It is Let's Talk Summer by Hands On Design. And our winner
was P Happy 2451. So P Happy for 2451. Email us at the email that's in the description, and
we'll get this out to you.
We'll mail this straight to you.
It's a good time to get going on that. So let us know, Be Happy, because that was from last time. And then this next time, like the last time we had our Flosstube, we were giving all of our things away from Bella Couture. And she did, I'll show some of the items quickly that she did. She gave these to us. It's a Stitch and Bitch Club.
Working on my PhD, project's half done. Stitch and Bitch Club.
These, she had a Stitch and Bitch Club project bag. And again, here is her information. She donated these items to us for a giveaway.
And the winner is Amy Zellers, 814. Amy Zellers, 814.
So reach out to us, Amy Zeller, 814.
At the email in the description.
And we will get these items out. This is a good item.
This is a biggie giveaway here.
Yeah.
So these Stitch and Bitch items are
Melanie, our friend Melanie, was another friend from Steel City Stitchers, donated this to us kindly. So reach out to us.
All right. So I think we're going to wrap it up here.
It's been a long one.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
That you hung on that long, because I know it was a long one, but we definitely, because it's been so long, we've had a lot to talk about this time.
Yeah.
But we hope to be back here. It'll probably be I don't know if it'll be probably August. I'm guessing because this is July. So hopefully before I go back to school and get back into it.
That's what we're gonna aim for.
We will aim for August.
Thanks for hanging out with us.
We appreciate it.
Have a good evening.
Bye-bye.
Bye.